guys adjusted to that? Is that something that you can use tomorrow night?
Well, yeah, I mean, Rutgers is, the thing you got to give them credit for is they compete. You know, it's pretty simple. They're driving the ball and they're going high-low. I mean, that's what they're going to do. And if they miss, they're going to go back and get it. I mean, it's really a very simple game plan in many respects. And so there was a lot of things that we could have done better, and we did better throughout the course of the game in terms of pressuring the passer and how we're playing the low post guy and things like that. So, you know, this is a different combination of factors that we have to deal with Purdue. You know, you got two guys that are pros, maybe three. You know, I think Edwards is a pro, and then quick guards that move the ball and all make threes. They all move without it. They all space it. They execute their set plays extremely well. They have a lot of them, and then they have a lot of counters. So, you know, even if you had every play call, they run so many counters, you still have to pretty much stay true to your rules collectively and make sure that you're playing not one-on-one defense, but, you know, 5 guys playing together.
Do you consider it kind of a good learning experience with these last 3 games? You know, coming back from 8 against Rutgers, going to double with Nebraska, and then going to overtime with Michigan in a sense?
Yeah, you know, yes is the basic answer to that, but I think it's always a learning process. The journey, you're always learning what to do, what not to do, and then how to get better. And that's our job, to break that down as simply as we can and then teach it effectively and then have them affect change with what they're doing maybe incorrectly. And when you have, you know, character guys, you know, they're going to listen and they're going to try to improve. They're going to try to do what you ask them to do. You know, nobody's fighting us and saying, you know, my role should be this. They're all buying in. So, you know, we're getting better.
What kind of role do you envision for Dale Jones, and if he does fit into the rotation and plays a little bit more? Are you reluctant at all because you have younger players you want to grow because their future is really important as well as the present?
You know, I think it's really hard to figure out exactly how Dale's going to fit in because of how difficult his journey has been for him. You know, he was only 5 games into the season last year. He was really starting to come, and then he blew his knee out and couldn't play in the summertime, couldn't practice in the summertime, couldn't practice in the fall. You know, and then, I can't imagine any worse luck. He's in a game 2 minutes and he breaks his wrist because some kid fell. Mm-hmm. But the thing that Dale Jones can do is he can score the ball. The hardest thing for him is going to be, now I have to feel like anytime coach puts me in, I got to make 10 threes in a row, or else I'm never going to play again. You know, it can't be that mentality. It's got to be, okay, what does my team need for me to do today? Because he will rebound, and he will move his feet, and he will communicate defensively, and he can make shots. He's also a willing passer. So just come in and contribute in a number of different ways, and you'll have those nights where you make multiple threes and maybe blow a game open for us, and then, you know, play more and more. But, you know, it's hard when you've missed that much time. You know, all these other guys that have had opportunity. You know, Cordell had a great opportunity when Tyler got hurt. Other guys have had opportunities because Dale got hurt, because he was going to be in there. So we'll welcome him back, and we'll see if we can fit him in best we can.
Is there a timeline left for him?
He's close. He's real close. I mean, I think they were looking at like the 20th. You know, he'll participate in practice, and, you know, 50 or 60% of what we do. He hasn't gone live yet, but anything that we do 5-on-0, he's doing.
In this class of freshmen, a lot of people were justifiably excited about Tyler Cook, and then You talked about his ceiling on media day. Two guys that surprised, of course, are Bohannon and Pemsel in that group. Where do you see their ceiling, over the next
Well, I
2, 3,
think
4
both
years?
of those guys are going to continue to get better. It's rare to be able to step in like Jordan did at that position and be as effective as he is. But that's because he's smart and tough and talented. So he'll just learn from the experiences that he's having. Same with Cordell, and I said this before, with Cordell and Tyler together, they got to figure out how to play together. Because when they were both playing before, they were the low post guy. Now they both want to post up, but they both can play on the perimeter. Tyler's really quick, and Cordell can dribble it and pass it, and they got to get comfortable doing that. So I think all three of them have a chance to be special. But to be truthful, I feel the same way about Creener and Macy Daly, who aren't playing. They just haven't had an opportunity because some guys are ahead of them right now, but they're working. And those guys are going to be good too, in my opinion.
Has Tyler ever been able to get into kind of a rhythm this year, do you think? I mean, with the injury, and now he's gotten in foul trouble the last couple of games.
I thought he was. Certainly early on, the Seton Hall game, he was phenomenal. What he did against Memphis was nothing short of spectacular. He's got a broken finger. He gets 17 and 7. And then he misses all that time, and then he comes back. First game back is at Purdue, tough place to play. I get 14 in that game. So pretty amazing stuff when you think about it. And then I thought he was really good in a pressure-packed environment at Nebraska. So I think when you look at his body of work, considering what he's been through, I think it's pretty impressive.
Amon Wagner, I think, is